Hi all, welcome back to the new session of MS Excel 365 formula series. My name is Sachin and in this video we are going to learn a new different formula that is called pivot by. So this formula has been incorporated in this MS Excel 365, like this is a new formula. So we'll try to see to put this formula, and first we'll go with the description of this formula, what it says. It says the aggregate values by rows and columns. So basically, as we usually do in our pivot table, in the same way, this formula will give me the pivot data. But instead of that, like only the difference would be like we are not supposed to make any pivot table. Only by putting the pivot by formula only, we will be able to give our like to get our output very easily. So, for example, in front of you, this is the list where the order number, product, country, and amount has been given. So, what we can do, like this formula I have already given. So, along with that, we will see how we can give this formula. So, the syntax of this formula is little long, but it says row fields, column fields, then value, then function. So basically, we'll try to put this formula from this table. For example, this is the table, and in this table we have product. In the row field, I just want to see my uh, products. In the column value, I just want to see my country, and in the third one, I just want to see my amount, like what is the respective amount of that particular product. After that, you will find the list of functions name where we can give or to get our results in whatever manner we want, the same way that we usually get to see in our pivot table option only. And here I am just selecting sum and press tab and press enter. So you see, this is the exact table that we are able to see here. Now, jumping to the next part, if you see in this pivot table option, I have given only a single row and single column only, but we'll proceed further, like whether we can give the multiple rows and column also. In this example, I have selected the two things. One is the product, if you see, from B3 to C32, from B3 to C32, where I have given the product and country, and the column that I have given in a seller column, and the amount that we want to make it as sum. So in this way, we will be able to see my two rows here and one column and the total I am getting here. If you want to see the result also, for example, in Apple, in Apple, just want to see Apple and Canada. In front of that, you will. Sorry, I think I need to filter it out. 576. First, I need to select Apple, then Canada, and John. We have 576 result only that we are able to see here. And this formula is getting spilled, like if you are pressing somewhere one or space something, it will show you the spill error like that. Now jumping to the next part, if you see in this formula we have given two adjacent cell. See, from B3 to B3 to C32. But if someone wants the data to be selected from B to D, but we want our result in a, what to say, the first row and the third row only. How we can do? We can simply put a choose calls formula. So in that manner, we can blend this formula, because directly we won't be able to get our results in that manner. So see, in this example, what we have done, we have kept the country in a column, and the products and seller name we have considered in a row only. And what we have done, we have put the choose call formula from B3 to D3. We have selected only first and third column, and after that the same formula that we are trying to put. Now jumping to the next practical part of this formula, we can put the multiple columns also. So far, what we were doing, we were just checking my rows to be put in a multiple ways, and now we can put my columns, not columns actually. If we are trying to put my values in a two different cell, then also we will be able to see my result like this. For example, in this example I have kept the unit and amount in both way, and see how I am able to get my result. For Canada, I am getting unit price and amount for particular product, and for Mexico also, and then so on for US also. Like that also we can put our results like that. And in this example I have done one more thing. I just use the square bracket parameters also. If you see, I have put the average function here, and if you see, in this way I have given the three option where I want to see my header, and I have ignored the all things. And if you are jumping to the last part, I just ignore the total also. Or either we can give the grand total also, but it won't make sense because this is the average one. So now jumping to the next part also, and in the same way we can put this formula for columns also, columns and values whatever we want. For example, in this example I have given the values for three arrays, and out of these three array I want three out of these three I want two arrays to be shown, like quantity and amount, because these were not adjacent. So that's why I have used the choose goals formula. And this formula we can use in a multiple way, like we can use the stack function also, count also, and we can blend in a multiple way. So this was pretty much all from my side, and hope you like the session. And thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Stay tuned for the next video. Thank you guys.